This is how to grow your business with Google search ads. And let me know the struggles that you're having with marketing, with Google search ads, or just about anything else related to marketing your business. And if you're not sure where the Q&A button is, just move your mouse down to the bottom of the screen and you'll see the Q&A, the chat, and the raise hand button, all of those. By the way, just for fun, go ahead and raise your hand if you're watching live, and again, we are live. Raise your hand if you can hear me well. So Laura, Steve, Stephen, JP, Brent, Aaron, Lex, Marcia, looks like everybody can hear me well. Great, thank you so much for replying. And again, over the course of this session, go ahead and use the Q&A and chat, and we'll go ahead and answer your questions. So, are you ready? Okay, if you are, then here we go. Here's the thing. Raise your hand if you've searched for anything online in the past week. Go ahead and raise your hand for me if you have looked for anything online. Aaron and Brent and JP and Marcia and Stephen and Steve and Alexandria and Kathy and Obi. Oh, Obi, good to see you back here again. Yeah, of course. You know, just as I thought, just about everybody is raising their hand. People are searching all the time, and when they start searching for a business or organization just like yours, you want to show up to increase your chances, increase their chances of them doing business with you. You want to be sure that your business shows up at the top to increase their chances of seeing and doing business with you. And that's where Google Ads come in. And they are very important to an online strategy to help you drive traffic and business. Did you know that stats show that 49% of people click on text ads and 75% of people say paid search ads make finding information easier? So here's the question. Are Google Ads effective? Well, those are some great stats, but let's take a look at a few more. For every dollar spent on Google Ads, businesses can earn an average revenue of $2. So a 2-to-1 return is pretty good money, right? You could think about it as doubling your money. More than 40% of clicks go to the top 3 paid ads in search results. And 75% of people who find local helpful information in search results are more likely to visit the physical stores. So with that in mind, Google's advertising tools are very powerful, but they're very complex. And typically they require a lot of resources and knowledge to successfully run ads. For a lot of small businesses and nonprofits, Google Ads may feel overwhelming, and maybe you're not sure how they work. And of course, you don't want to waste money by driving the wrong traffic. The good news is that Constant Contact now allows you to simply generate Google search ads right inside your Constant Contact account. Do me a favor, go ahead and raise your hand again. Let me lower hands first. Okay. Do me a favor and raise your hand if you currently have a Constant Contact account. Laura says, I do. Karen, Aaron, Alexandria, good. So let's talk, Obi also. So let's talk about Constant Contact helping you with Google search ads right inside your account. Constant Contact has partnered with Cobiro to bring Google Ads to Constant Contact. And that's really great because you can automate the ad creation process, and artificial intelligence manages your bids and optimization, so you can maximize the time and money you spend on promoting your products and services and business. So that's why today I wanted to bring you this webinar to help you create Google Ads that can help you grow your business. Today I'll be talking about how you can successfully use Google Ads for your business or organization. And more specifically, I'll show you the basics so you can understand what Google search ads are and how they work. And then I'll talk about creating Google ads inside a Constant Contact account. By the way, if you don't have an account, I've got a free trial offer for you that doesn't require a credit card. So stick around. Also, I'll talk about how to maintain and manage those ads over time. And then I'll talk about tips and strategies to help you be successful with your Google ads. My name's Countess. I've got 40 years as a marketer. I'm in my 20th year helping businesses of all sizes grow. My team and I are here to help you grow your business. Before becoming an independent consultant, I worked at 3 Fortune 100 companies as a senior executive: Marriott, Motorola, CVS Caremark. I also worked at a company that's now part of Honeywell. And I was a senior partner at a big marketing agency. Over my 40 years as a marketer, I've been helping businesses with all aspects of strategic and tactical marketing and communications, including targeted marketing, lead generation, brand awareness, marketing automation, corporate communications, PR, just about anything that marketing touches, I've been involved in. And my company is the Countess Group. We help you gain an unfair advantage over your competition. We're partners with Constant Contact and Microsoft and Keep and Zoho, so we can help you. As I mentioned, we help businesses gain an unfair advantage over their competition. We teach you how to do targeted marketing. It's not spray and pray. When you do that, you're wasting your money. And certainly when it comes to Google Ads, if you're doing the spray and pray approach, you're likely to get visibility, but you'll also wind up getting people clicking on your ads who have really no interest in your products. So we want to be very careful about how we do all of this, and we'll teach you what to do. I want you to let me know the struggles you're having with marketing, and I'll address them during this session. Once again, where the Q&A button is located, right there on desktop and mobile devices. If you don't see the toolbar, move your mouse to the bottom of the screen and you'll see an area where the red arrow is pointing, and that's where you can enter in your questions and comments. All right, so let's go ahead and dive into the first section about what Google search ads are and how they work. When someone performs an online search, Google looks at the term or phrase and through their algorithms, and it returns results that best match what the user was searching for, including paid and organic results. Paid ads display at the top, while organic or natural results will be down below, based on the relevancy to the search terms. Because paid ads show at the top, this increases the chance of people clicking through and eventually doing business with you. Paid ads really help you to compete in a very busy marketplace to reach the top of the search results. It's also important to remember that a good chunk of clicks go to the first 3 paid ads in the results. Remember, 40% of the clicks go to those top 3 places. So the way it works for you as an advertiser is that you essentially bid on those search terms that relate to your business or industry. And every time someone performs a search, Google looks at all of the advertisers and chooses the winners to appear in the advertising space at the top of the results. The winners are chosen based on a variety of aspects, such as the relevancy of the keywords, the landing page it goes to, and the quality of that page, as well as the price of the keyword bid. So it's pretty complex. Google Ads work on a pay-per-click or PPC basis. So you'll only pay when someone clicks and goes to your website. Now, Google Ads are effective because they allow you to target the right audience through the most relevant keywords and phrases that relate to your business and industry. Plus, you can reach the right audience because you can target them based on their location, and that's especially important if you're a local business with a physical location. People who are searching on Google are searching with intent, meaning that they're more likely to purchase. You pay on a cost per click basis, and that means you can make them work with just about any budget. You set a daily budget that you won't exceed. And these types of ads are really flexible, and that's because you can run them whenever you need to run them. Plus, you also have the potential to start getting results as soon as your ad goes live. Now that really brings up a question that I hear all the time, and that is, what does it really cost to run a Google ad? And the real truth is that it varies a lot by industry. The average cost per click across all industries is $2.41. But it really does depend on the industry. And that's because Google Ads uses a bidding system that's based on the popularity of keywords or phrases for the ads. So those that are searched for the most are typically going to be more expensive. And that all relates back to the bidding system I've mentioned a couple of times. So here's some data that'll better illustrate what I'm talking about with the average cost per click for a few industries. It really does vary based on the industry. For example, you can see that the dining and nightlife industry has the lowest cost per click at about $1.30. And those in the law and government industry is the highest at an average of $6.35 per click. Because of the bidding process, the cost per click is different for each keyword, which in turn makes more popular keywords more expensive. In terms of your budget, really think about the value of what it is you're selling or offering. For example, attorney services are much more expensive compared to dining at a restaurant. In the Orlando market, the cost per click for an attorney averages over $50 per click. So this means that you can expect to pay more per click in a more competitive industry, and also if your services are more expensive. Google Ads can be used for any type of business or organization. Anyone, including business-to-consumer companies that have a physical location, such as a restaurant or a store, business-to-business companies offering products or services, and even nonprofit organizations. So here are just a few examples of some Google Ads that you might think about. You can use an ad to help you drive traffic to your website or blog or to a landing page to help you accomplish just about any goal. In the first example you see, they're promoting a limited time menu item. In the second, promoting a shelter by helping people find the right dog for their family and encouraging people to sign up to get a free adoption guide. And then this last one is encouraging people to schedule a call so that they can get help with their business marketing. Now, when you're ready to start creating your ad, it's important to spend a little time planning. Think about your end goal and an action that you'll want people to take in order to accomplish it. Think about who specifically you'll want to target for your ad, so you'll have the best opportunity to get your message across and encourage them to take the final action you want. Along the same lines of planning, you'll want to think about the budget you want to spend. The business or industry you're in can greatly affect the overall cost. But think about how much you can designate on average daily for your budget. Some days might have better performance, and clicks and others may be lower, but you'll never exceed the budget you set over the course of the month. And when you use the Google Ads tool, as in Constant Contact, you really only need to focus on setting a budget that you won't want to exceed because the tool uses some artificial intelligence, also called AI, to place competitive bids on the keywords that you choose. By the way, I use this tool myself. It's really simple to use. All right, so let's take a look at these ads a little bit deeper and see some suggestions for starting budgets. And these are just some examples that help to show the differences in costs and what you might want to budget for a particular type of ad. For this first example, for Jack's Barbecue, you might start with a daily budget of $15, which would add up to about $456 a month. You'll see that number come up a few times. Now remember, the end cost is based on cost per click, which in this case, you might expect somewhere around 50 cents per click for the related keywords. And with that budget, you might expect about 912 clicks. For the nonprofit, a good starting budget could also be around $15 as well. And in this case, you could expect about $1.50 for the cost per click. So a little higher than the last because of the keywords. In this case, we might expect about 304 total clicks. In this last example, for French consulting, for a business-to-business organization, you might expect a cost per click of $1.19 for a daily budget of $15. Now, I know this seems like a lot, but let's just take a look at what you would need in these examples just to cover the costs. For the barbecue restaurant, if the average order is $25, that would mean that we only need 19 customers from this ad just to cover the cost. Thinking about it that way is a little more doable. And that equates to just a few customers during the lunch rush. Now, obviously, you'll have a lot more impressions and clicks, but this would be the number you need to hit just to cover the cost of the ad. Now, for the animal rescue, if the cost for people to adopt a dog is $250, then you would only need 2 people from that ad during the course of the month to come in to adopt in order to cover the costs. And then for this last example, if we say that the average monthly service cost per client is $450, then 1 new client would cover the cost of the ad each month. Now, obviously this doesn't tell the full cost story. It's going to take a lot more impressions and then actual clicks to get these results. But once you think about it like this, it looks a lot more attainable. So now that you're a little bit more familiar with what Google Ads are and how they work, let me switch gears and talk about creating an ad. When you start creating your ad, it's important to think about the action that you want the user to take after clicking on your ad. Think about what's going to help you accomplish your goal. Maybe you want them to print out a coupon to bring to your restaurant, place an order, download a resource, schedule a consultation, or simply see the information and value you provide. You'll need to start by determining where to link your ad. You can link people back to your website, or you can link to a landing page or a sub-page that's very specific to what you're trying to accomplish. Your link needs to be direct to that action. Now, it's important to note that Google is actually going to use a scoring process based on where your ad links to. The page you drive people to needs to be relevant to your ad, and the quality of the website or page needs to be considered as well. It needs to be mobile responsive and have good load times, because those types of things are factored into the score. The higher the score, the better your chances are of showing in the ads, and the higher your ranking. So let's talk about some tips to think about when writing your ad copy. You want to try to incorporate numbers whenever you can. It can be either in the headline or the description text, but as long as it makes sense to your ad and content, it can help to make your ad stand out from other ads that may show up. It's also important to incorporate a unique selling point, also called a USP. That helps to build trust with your audience. Think about something that makes your business unique, or why people would choose to do business with you in the first place. Basically, something that helps you to stand out from the competition. Also, it's important to end your ad's description with a call to action. You always want to encourage people to do something after clicking on your ad. And it's important to make that action as clear and as easy as possible to complete. So for those of you who can or would like people to place a call to your business, you can include a click-to-call option so people can easily call from their mobile device. Maybe you want them to call to schedule a consultation or place an order. Make sure the text of your ad is relevant to your service or products and their intent is based on what they're actually searching for. People might be looking for information and researching what you offer and navigating specifically to your website or wanting to make a purchase. And it's important to know that your ad copy needs to be brief. You want your headline to be 30 characters or less, and the description will need to be 80 characters or less. So the real trick comes when trying to write effective copy and fit it all in. So don't rush through this part. Spend some time on it so you can make sure that it's right for you and your audience. Once you get going, you can do an A/B test. Test different ad copy and landing pages to help you maximize your ROI or return on investment. You might test out different ad copy or even landing pages and keywords. And the nice thing with Google Ads in Constant Contact is that AI I mentioned, the artificial intelligence, it's working behind the scenes to help optimize things with your ad. And in particular, you'll be able to write 3 different headlines and the tool will automatically generate variations of your ad. And over time, it will determine what's performing the best for you. So now let's move on to talk about keywords, because these are going to be how people essentially get to see your ad. Ultimately, you want to use keywords that are the most relevant to your business, industry, and what you're trying to accomplish with your ad. The position of your Google Ads, as I mentioned, is based on a bidding auction that happens in the background. Each business typically bids on the most relevant keywords. So the higher the search volume is for a particular keyword or phrase, the higher the cost will essentially be. The higher the bid and the better fit for those keywords will help you win a higher spot in the results. Even if other businesses bid more than you, the more relevancy you have to the search terms, you can still end up in a higher position. A lot of people don't realize that. It's a good idea to choose a variety of keywords so you have a good selection to the terms and phrases that your target audience will be searching for. I would suggest at least 40 keywords to help you generate enough traffic. And at the very least, I suggest 20 keywords, but the more you have, the better. Don't just focus on the most popular keywords. Bidding and finding the right keywords can take a lot of time, but when you use a Google Ads tool, as with Constant Contact, a lot of it is automated for you. There's automated bid management and optimization. That means it will bid and choose the best performing keywords over time. It doesn't happen overnight. In Constant Contact, the tool will scan your website for relevant keywords, which will save you some time as well. You can always add more or choose not to use certain keywords that are picked up from your site. As I mentioned, I use this tool myself. It's incredibly simple to use. If you choose to add more keywords to trigger your ads, you don't want to be too specific or too general. For example, if you own a food delivery business, the search term meal delivery is probably better than the term meals. Also, remember that sometimes more generic keywords that apply to you can mean more traffic. However, they may not be as relevant or as good of a quality for generating the traffic that you're looking for. You just want to be sure that your keywords and the landing page are closely related to the terms that a customer may be searching for. So think about the terms that your customers use when they're asking questions about your products or services. Also, think about what's called long-tail keywords, because they're typically less expensive. These are phrases that people might be searching for relating to your business or products or services. And you can potentially optimize your conversion rates by focusing on those long-tail keywords that can indicate a searcher who is late in the buying process, because those people are much more likely to convert and make a purchase. Location is another important aspect of creating an ad, because you want to target ads based on where people are located or who have shown interest in a geographic location. It's pretty easy to think about when you have a physical location that you want to target. But if you're not limited by location, you can still find success with Google search ads. You'll still need to target based on location, but you'll want to get a little more creative. You can start out, for instance, by testing out different states, or start where your awareness is strongest. If you don't have a physical location, and let's say you sell outdoor camping equipment, you might want to start targeting based on location, where a lot of people are very outdoorsy, like Colorado, for instance. And when it comes to getting results from your Google ads, you'll want to look at your ads over time. While you can start getting some results as soon as you launch your ad, it typically takes 4 to 6 weeks for your ad to reach full optimization. Remember, the artificial intelligence is helping you, and it takes some time for that to optimize. Top advertisers are always testing and tweaking their Google ads to optimize them. They're adjusting the content and text of the ad and the keywords and the bids to improve results. So if you use a tool like Google Ads in Constant Contact, the process is simplified for you to save you time. This tool uses AI, as I've mentioned, to optimize your ad over time, figuring out and using the best performing keywords and even headline combinations to get the best results. When you're looking at the metrics for your ad, don't just focus on clicks and impressions, but really focus on your cost per click and your conversion information and the best performing keywords. Ultimately, you want to know if people are actually taking the action you want them to take in the end to help you reach your goals. You want to understand the traffic that you're getting to your website, the cost per click, and also take a look at your click-through rate. The click-through rate is important because Google rewards good experiences. So if you have a good quality ad and people have a good experience when they click through, Google will eventually show your information higher in the search results. If your ad includes a click-to-call option, that will also be counted as a click, so take that into consideration as well. You can refer to the average cost per click for your industry to see where you fall. Remember, the average across all industries is $2.41 a click. Refer back to what that click is really worth to you as well in comparison to what you're actually selling or offering. And remember too, technology and marketing are both constantly changing. So you may decide to make adjustments over time yourself to improve your results. You might change your keywords and even the ad copy. And once your feet are wet, you could run A/B tests to different audiences to create multiple ads for your audience and see what works best. Test out different ad copy, different keywords, and even different landing pages or locations to see what works best. And if you're someone who's run Google Ads before without results, really take into consideration that it does take time to work and optimize. And plus, you want to make sure you're not just targeting anyone and everyone in your entire audience. The more relevant your ads are, the better. And don't forget about where you're driving people. Now, I do have a live demo I can do for you. For the sake of time, I won't do it during this webinar because there are so many people from so many different walks of life and so many different businesses. If you are interested in getting a live demo, send me an email. Don't use the chat box, but send me an email. You got an invitation to this event, and I'd be very happy to do a live demonstration for you. All right, so now that you have an understanding of how to create ads to get results, let me move on and talk about some tips and strategies to help you create effective ads. And there are a few ways, by the way, that you can create your ads. So let's take a look at a couple of examples. This first one is to drive business. Now, if you're wanting to try to get your audience to do something that directly drives your business, such as making a purchase or signing up for your product or service, you want to think about driving people to a product page or even to a landing page so they can see the benefits. Depending on your business, you might choose to add a click-to-call option, which allows people to call you directly from their mobile phone. And depending on how you run your business, you'll really want to think about the value of a potential call to your clients or customers, and also make sure that you have enough bandwidth for people to call and get in touch with you. Especially if you're a brick and mortar location, you'll want to consider your call to action and show the value you can provide and drive them to visit your location. Consider location-based keywords, such as keywords for your area, your city, your state, whichever is most applicable to you. Also consider the locations you want to select because you only want to be focusing on your customers. Think about where they live and where your business can serve them in a geographic location. Using a radius can help you to narrow or broaden your reach of proximity to your business. And if you're a business that doesn't have a physical location, think about where your audience really is. One example is if you have a product that targets high-level executives, you might focus on big cities that have multiple Fortune 500 companies, including words like you and your when you're trying to drive business helps it feel personal to people and can make your ad and offer really stand out. Using Google Ads to capture leads is another great way to drive traffic to your business. It's a good idea to capture leads so you can further communicate with them later and, of course, always ask them to do something. You can use a landing page to provide some information on a product or service and then ask them to download a resource or even a coupon or even take an action, such as scheduling a call or consultation. When you're capturing leads or email addresses, be sure to keep it simple. Don't ask for too much information. You want to give them something of value. Let them know how easy it is to sign up and also try to include a sense of urgency. Now, the great part about collecting information from your visitors is that you'll have the opportunity to influence them later. I want you to think about what happens if you drive someone to your website. But what happens when they leave? If you don't have a way to get back in touch with these people, you don't have a way to further communicate and influence them. And this is a question I've seen a lot. How do I use Google Ads in conjunction with my email marketing? You can work to get them on your mailing list. You might offer them something of value, a discount, a gift, or a resource, or even ask them if they'd like to receive more information from you. And that's why I want to suggest that you have a dynamic pop-up form on your website to collect their email address. What that means is when someone goes to leave your website, a pop-up shows up that asks them for their email address. And once they've given it to you, you can then send them a welcome series or a series of emails or use email automation in order to entice them to take action either now or in the future. You have a lot of options and flexibilities on how you could do this. Give me a call if you're not sure what to do. It's great to have all of this in general, but think about the power you can have when you drive people to your website from a Google ad. You can further influence these people to come back again or even make their first purchase with you. So at this point, you should have a pretty good foundation for getting started with Google Ads. So I'm going to start to wrap up. Let me recap a couple of important aspects of creating an ad so you can be successful when we close out today. And I'll be going to Q&A very soon, by the way, so make sure you stick around for that. Google Ads can help you get in front of people who are searching for a business like yours. Ads get a dedicated spot at the top of the results page. So understand who it is you're trying to reach. And creating a Google ad in Constant Contact is really easy. I mentioned a couple of times, I use it myself. It really is super simple. You just provide a few pieces of information and the AI tool will help you to optimize the ad. Create and manage. It's really easy to do. And just driving them to your website, by the way, isn't enough. You have to influence them enough to take action. Is that to make a purchase, to join your mailing list, to collect a lead? Really think about what it is that you want them to do so you can be successful. So what's next? Well, coming up, it's Q&A. So be thinking about the kinds of questions you want to ask. Put them in the Q&A or the chat box, all right? I am encouraging you to take action. I know you've taken valuable time out of your day. I want you to try this stuff out. See it working for you. And by the way, did you know that Google offers newbies who have never done Google Ads before? The last offer I saw when I was on the site a few days ago, in fact yesterday too, was that they give you $100 if you spend $25. So you can do $125 worth of advertising for just $25. That's on the ad that was running yesterday. So if you think about the average cost of a click across all industries being about $240, $241 or thereabouts, that says that you can get about, well, you do the math, about 60 clicks on an ad for that $125 with Google offering up that extra 100. So it's a pretty good incentive. I've mentioned Constant Contact and the Google Ads tool that's built into it. You can get a free Constant Contact account. When I asked earlier how many of you were using Constant Contact, it was about a quarter of you. So for the rest of you, if you're not using it yet, you can get a free account. Just go to completelyfreetrial.com. There's no credit card required, by the way. And if you've had a Constant Contact account in the past and you go to completelyfreetrial.com, it may say to you, hey, you've already got an account or you've had an account. Just use a different email address and then you'll be able to set up that free account. And what that will do is that will connect you to us, and we offer free training to people who are looking to grow their business. So, hey, the essence is, as I start to wrap things up, you know, online marketing can be difficult, but you can find all of your online marketing needs in one place, whether it's using email marketing for a campaign, whether it's to build a new website or optimize your existing site, or maybe you don't have a logo yet, or maybe you're thinking about you doing Facebook or Instagram ads, or just simple social media. We can help you with all of it. I always leave you with these kinds of questions. What will your 2020 look like if you don't do anything different than you did last year? And look, we've all struggled with this pandemic. Our businesses have been impacted. And if you don't do anything different, then your business is probably soft this year, isn't it? So if you're ready to take your business to the next level, I have 3 action items for you to do this week. Here's number 1. Take a look at your marketing right now and ask yourself, is it delivering the results that you need to succeed? If the answer is yes, well, keep going, keep doing the right thing. But if you're looking for greater results, then I want you to take step number 2, and that is to schedule a consultation with me. You can sign up for a free consultation on our website. It's thecountessgroup.com. Just click the purple button and you'll have access to a free 15-minute consultation. And you can also sign up for our events. Just go to the events tab on our site. Just like this webinar is free, many of our events are free. And number 3, check this out. We have an online marketing class. You can find details about it on our website. It's thecountessgroup.com/easy. And if you're interested in a free 3-day trial of Marketing Made Easy, I can offer that to you. We just in the past couple of weeks initiated this free 3-day trial where you can get all access to all of the tools that are in the Marketing Made Easy class. We have a live class every Tuesday, and we keep it small so that you get personalized attention. But also, we've got a website that complements it, and there are over 80 videos that you can watch anytime, any place, on any device. So check out thecountessgroup.com/easy. There are so many ways that you can automate your business. You can organize your info, you can have automated follow-up, you can close more leads, you can automate your daily work, you can invoice automatically, you can truly impress your clients. If you go to our website, thecountessgroup.com/offers, it's the button all the way on the right-hand side. When you get to that page, you'll see something that looks like this. We've got 5 different software tools that are free to try out. No obligation. These are ways that you can grow your business. All right, so what's next? Well, we're going into Q&A. So once again, the Q&A button is located on desktop and mobile devices in the same place. If you can't see it on your screen now, just move your mouse down to the bottom of your screen, and there you'll see Q&A, chat, and raise hand. Just go ahead and enter in your questions and comments. And by the way, if you haven't already done so, let me know what city you're joining us from. At some point, hopefully soon, we'll be able to go back on the road and do live events. And so if you'd like to be invited to events going on in your city that we put on, let me know what city you're joining me from so we can target the information. So for instance, I know there are several people on this webinar that's live that are in Tampa. Well, I'm in Orlando. Doing events in Tampa is pretty simple. But if you're in Hawaii, maybe we still need to do them via webinar unless I have a trip planned to Maui. So anyway, let us know where you're joining us from. My name's Ken Countess. I'm Managing Director of the Countess Group. We help businesses just like yours gain an unfair advantage over your competition. We teach you how to do targeted marketing, or we'll do it for you. We're a full-service marketing consultancy. just about anything you need to market your business, we can help you with it. Why would you hire us? It's because we're a team of over 30 people with over 40 years of experience, and we can coach you or we can do it for you. I only have one ask of you, and that is when you get my emails, share them with people you know. Share our social media posts, like our social pages, but really most importantly, make sure that you take the time to absorb and practice what you've seen today, and call me if you have any questions. All right, we're going into Q&A. While I'm looking at the Q&A and chat boxes, here's our website, thecountessgroup.com, where you can find replays and upcoming events and get those free software trials, schedule consultations with me, and more. And connect with me on social media. If you're on social media, and I'm sure you are, we're just about everywhere you might be, whether it's Instagram or YouTube or LinkedIn or Facebook or Twitter or Pinterest. We're on other sites as well. And we present live events every week. So go to thecountessgroup.com for details, and you can find playbacks of many of our events on our website and also at youtube.com/countessgroup. Call, text us at 407-242-4200. And I encourage you to please join me for another event by signing up at thecountessgroup.com/events. Okay, so let me go and check the Q&A box and the chat box.